co-founder of Metafide, calling in today, Tuesday, March 3rd, 9:30 for a live supercharged event as we'll be playing 1-minute BTC predictions. As you can see, we're starting off over here checking out our daily game. Seems like I did all right, but Mick Pickles was the big winner with a 3.2x, winning $109, followed by Adam, and then a newbie winning $78 out there with a 1.41x. Great job, everyone. That might mean Anumi is on a streak in the 1-day game. Just checking in. I should probably get my position real quickly in on the... That's very weird. Huh. Okay, get my position in on the 1 day. Pulling down here. Let's get in here. Maybe we'll put one a little bit lower for the day. How about that? Now let's go back to the 1 minute. And here we are. We might need to reset this line. Okay. Hey, Eddie.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. Sorry, I'm a bit late.
Good, man. You're not missing much.
Making me coffee.
We're at a flatter line there for a second, so not that exciting, you know.
A flat earth line, did you say?
Yeah, flat earth line. Not that exciting.
Damn, I missed it. I wanted to record that next time that happened.
Yeah.
Like an actual, it actually flatlined? Like,
yeah, flat line just for one frame, and then the next one it was already up and off. It was only a quick one.
Okay, so was that last game or the game before?
The last game. Well, I think maybe the game before. I think last game it moved like right at the end. The flat earth line.
Love it.
Those poor guys, you know, every other conspiracy theorist got validated or like some type of validation. Flat earthers are like, what? I swear it's flat, man. Like, I don't even get why people would want to believe that one. It's like not even a fun one to believe. It's like, okay, cool. Like, you know, the earth is flat. Like, you know, like how exciting is that really? Like, what does that change for you? If you figure out the earth is flat first round, you're like, I'm still going to go to the same places. You know?
Well, I mean, Australia doesn't exist to the flat earthers.
Oh yeah, of course. I don't think you exist either. You know, like
yeah, motherfuckers. What the hell?
Yeah.
I love conspiracy theorists, really, but I mean, they can.
They don't believe I exist.
Yeah.
They don't acknowledge your existence. Like how terrible of a thing.
Or that we're actors in like some studio or something. It's one of the other one I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like all of Australia is like 10 crazy guys in a studio. Like swapping out wigs and stuff like that in accents. Pretty good. Oh my god, dude. I saw like a cool video last night and it was like a bunch of like, it was like Australia in like the 90s or 80s or something like that. And everybody had like real long blonde hair, like sweet mustaches, you know, high shorts on with their thighs out and like a tank top. And just everyone, like I saw a picture and there were like 4 or 5 of those dudes like all in one room together. You're like, well, that's fair. I felt like I could have belonged maybe.
And what was the Australia now?
What?
Did it have an Australia now?
No, it didn't have it now. It just was like, look how cool everyone looked back then.
Yeah, right. So it's gonna be like a bunch of dudes in blue singlets, eating pies with sauce dripping on them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they actually found an old picture of you. You know, it was you hanging out with all your friends.
Hey,
Oh yeah, nice one.
good start.
I don't understand why they pick Australia. Like, what the heck, man? Like, they got beef with kangaroos, I guess. Like, you know.
Well, it doesn't fit in, does it? With their like, because they've drawn like, well, one of them early on obviously drew that map,
Mm-hmm.
and Australia just there wasn't space for it, and so yeah, like no one will notice, I guess.
Get these guys out of here.
It must have been started as a joke, hey, and then just like people have caught onto it.
Yeah. They're like, if you look through the telescope, you see the boat, it goes off the other side and disappears. The world is still like that, everyone's like, oh man, like, we should everyone's like, people are so crazy back then, like to go out there and explore, just leave your country and get on a boat and just go straight and to figure out like, okay, if it's flat or not. I'm like, we're still living in the same times today. Like, we have no clue what's on the bottom of the ocean. Like we have no clue what's out there in space. Like, if you want to go to something today, we still have opportunity to.
But we don't like I guess like when we send people down to like the bottom of the ocean, like we know heaps more about it than what they do. In the sense of like, we know how deep they're going down. We know we'd even have like a very accurate like calculation of what their chance of survival was. Like it's like they're just like fully just like hitting the water and going, like it's like that is it is different. It's so different.
Well, it's different because we've mapped out the whole ocean, but like it's not in high definition, so like they don't really know like all the details of it. But they've kind of like in a roundabout way, like they're like, okay, this is that, and then like I think something like 23% of it has been like mapped out in high definition, and then the rest of the 75 or 77% or whatever is like not. But like again, I don't know. I think we have a good understanding of it. There's probably definitely a like species that we haven't found, but there's
there'd be thousands of species that we haven't found.
But like I'm not as much interested in that in the ocean. It's more of like those caves that they find where it's like a whole different environment than the Earth. Like it's like a cave that has like toxic gas in it, and it's been cut off from the world for the last like 10,000 years, and they find like their own ecosystem that lives in there.
Like those weird creatures that grow on the volcanic vents.
Yeah, like they'll find these things like
they're
like, oh, this crystal cave hasn't been touched in 33,000 years. It's been sealed off from the world, and like these animals actually live off of the toxic gases, and they can't survive in our normal environment. It's like that's like crazy because it's like, okay, like that could probably be an environment that you might be able to find in space. Like that's probably some of the harsher conditions on this Earth that you would want to simulate and find out how corrosive it is, or what other possibilities you could run into when you do go into space.
Yeah. Like even though space is obviously like super dangerous, it feels heaps safer than like I wouldn't set sail with like a bunch of people crossing like an ocean in like a modern vessel, like knowing where I'm going, knowing all of that, I just, like I would die. Like, like I know I would die. Like, well, there's a good chance of it. Like, like, but I'd fully go to space.
Yeah. I would do the opposite. I would cross the ocean because it's like that in my skill set. That's something I think I would be able to do because I do a lot of sailing. So it's like I like know the reality of it. It's like I think space is way more dangerous because it's like in space, like one thing goes wrong with your rocket, like you might not be able to get back home, like like
yeah, same with your boat though. Out in the middle of nowhere, it's like
in space, like there's like really no one that could save you. Like your ship breaks, like you're like going through a small hole in the window and like blown
up. Yeah.
Whereas like whereas a boat, you could try to time the weather patterns. And depending on what type of boat you are in, like, a large enough boat, say if it's a sailboat, you have a keel. So like you could really like tip the boat all the way over to the side and it's never gonna capsize. And then
depending on the boat, I mean, there are definitely keeled boats that
if it's like a sailboat. With a sailboat, you'll be pretty good depending on how deep your keel is. You'd want like something pretty good, like 6-7 feet. And then you can use a sea anchor when you're crossing the ocean. So one of the things you could do in rough seas is you don't want to slam down the wave really fast and then go basically into the next wave, because you'll basically slam down and then submarine almost and then go through the next wave. So what you want to do is you use the sea anchor, which when there's giant waves, so imagine like a giant wave where your boat would just come slam down, the sea anchor actually drags, so you like surf this giant wave, like you're like surfing and it's slowing down so that you can try to surf it and like go into the next wave without like just like slamming down it and then crashing and like submarining under the next one. So they have some stuff that can kind of like help you. And then my other thing is like, okay, like if you were out there, they could have a Coast Guard bring a helicopter. Versus space, like, there's no rescuing you in space.
Yeah.
But hopefully we get to do both one day. You could drive the spaceship. I'll drive the sailboat. We'll test out both.
I very much enjoyed, like I did a sailing trip around Tassie, and that was sick. But like, even the weather we got there, like, and it was like a beautiful, like sailing boat, but like, there's no way I would have like wanted to take that thing like through the Bass Strait, or like, like I don't know, it's like even the swell we were getting just like pretty close to shore was just like messed up. I don't know. And you hear stories of people going out and getting like 10-meter swelled, 15-meter swells. Like it's like that is just sending me to space.
It depends on how the waves are like structured that day. Sometimes like they could be that big, but you don't feel like they're that big because it's almost like the ocean is just kind of going and you're kind of like with it. So you're on and down and then you're kind of on and up and you're like flowing with it.
Yeah.
And there's some days where it's like you don't want the speed. If there's too much speed going into them, then you can really like mess yourself up because you're like off of the timing. You're not like, you end up like surfing down it super fast and it like shoots you into the next one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do space though. Still, no space.
I don't reckon I will either. To be honest, I reckon I'll do more sailing in my life than spacing. But not for lack of, like they'd shoot me up there and bring me back, I'd do it.
Yeah. Just wait until you're like 80 years old and your kids are like, Dad, you never went to space. You just gotta try it. Come on.
Do you reckon it'll be like that? I don't reckon it'll be like that.
Maybe. It could be.
That'd be so sick.
They might be like, Dad, like it's only, Amazon made it so it's only, $200 to go on the space experience. Like, you gotta do that. Like, everyone's done it on Earth, and you'll be like, oh, I hate space.
Oh, look at that win.
Yeah, that was a huge one. Like, I'm a land lover. My dad didn't go to space. I ain't going to no space. What's wrong with the land here? You freaking New Earthers. You kids don't even know the GMO corn we had back in the day.
I've started trying to run a polymarket bot, but it's just not. It's very unprofitable.
Would you build it with cloud?
With Cursor, yeah.
Or with Cursor, nice. Dude, all these things are so cool.
So cool. I mean, it's freaking amazing what it's done. But it's like just the strategies itself ain't there.
Dude, that's what I keep telling Lorenzo. I'm like, you don't understand. I was like, dude, you're growing up at a time where like everything you want to create a business is like at your fingertips. Like what used to cost you maybe like a $20,000 like initial bootstrap capital to get done, you can literally do for like $100 now.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that's all you need.
Yeah, it is wild.
Like how many times when I was younger, I wanted to build an app, but I was like, I don't have $100,000 at my disposal to pay these developers to do it for like the next 3 months,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't realize my position was 40%. A little bit higher. Too bad. Right, what's going on with crypto news? Anything? Is there anything?
It's been like so dead. Like crypto Twitter is dead. It's like there's heaps of stuff about how like there's heaps of people saying that like crypto Twitter is over. And there's heaps of other people saying it's not, like that it's like, like that it's over because the new guidelines about that basically KOLs can't have paid things from crypto, but
Wait, what?
Oh, gold and silver though, Jesus! Do you see that?
No, oh my God, don't.
I mean, this is from 8 hours ago. That 2 trillion wiped out from gold and silver in less than 24 hours. The entire market cap of crypto.
Damn, that's crazy. I feel good. I helped an old guy sell like 50% of his silver at the top, which was good. He was like always talking to me about it, and he was like, one of these old silver bugs, conspiracy theorist type of guy. Like he's just always talking about something. And he's like, I told you about it. He's like, man, like I've been stacking silver for 20 years. He's like, it's never supposed to be like this, man. He's like, it's the one time in my life. He's like, I'm at a bar and I have 4 choices to go home with. He's like, this is never supposed to happen. He's like, nobody's ever wanted me before or anything like that. And now 4 people want to go home with me. And he's like, and I don't know which one to choose. And I'm like, dude, I was like, if you don't make a choice right now, you're not going home with anyone. I was like, you waited 20 years for this one moment, and you recognize right now it's too good to be true. This is not supposed to happen to you. I was like, sell some of it right now. I was like, you want to buy furniture, you want to update your condo, like sell enough to do all of that right now, you know? And then he's like, okay, fine. He's like, I will. And then he comes back the next day and he's like, all right. He's like, I sold 50% of it. And then he's like, then it went down like another like 8%. He was like a perfect timing. And he was like,
that's so good.
Yeah. And then, so he was like, should I buy back in? And I was like, no. I was like, dude, not. I was like, you're old. I was like, he's like 60 years old. I'm like, dude, I was like, the amount of time you have left in life, like, money.
You said this to him.
Yes, of course. I'm like, dude, you're 60 years old. I'm like, what? I'm like, you're gonna get this special moment again in the next 20 years. You're gonna be like 80 something, and like, what are you gonna do with it, dude? I was like, go enjoy yourself right now. And he was like, okay. And he is. He's like having a great time. And he's like buying all this furniture for his place. He's like so excited. He's like balling out too much though. He's like getting the nice stuff. He's like, oh. He's like, this couch is so good. What's the price of gold out though? I didn't see that.
Just in that thing, but I actually, is that a zero movement or what is this? It's moved. The price is moving, but it just last candle is so flat.
It hurts me. Like I remember selling like an ounce of gold for like $1,500 back in like 2020.
Oh man, I remember buying weed as a kid for like more expensive than I could have bought ounces of gold.
Oh my goodness.
Like actually,
that was crazy.
Weed was more expensive per ounce than gold.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Hey, wait 1 second. Someone's calling me real quick. I just gotta take.
Where do we go? Oh, that's nice.
All right, all good. I'm back.
Sweet. That's something.
Yeah. I mean, every lesson in life has just taught me like never sell anything. Like at all, just never sell. And like all these younger kids now are asking me like for advice all the time, like, oh, you know, I hear you're in crypto, you know, and everyone assumes, oh, you must be like a crypto millionaire, oh, you must be a Bitcoin billionaire. And I'm like, no, it doesn't work out that way. I was like, I've made a lot of freaking stupid decisions in my time, but just messed up my life. So it's like, I'm like, I know a lot of good lessons now.
Yeah, I mean, there's so few people that are in it from the early days that like actually kept their Bitcoin through to now. And if they had,
what were you saying? Sorry.
Oh, if they have, then they like, you know, like they're not selling it at the top either. Like they're just holding it forever.
It's true. It's true. And all the kids, they always tell me, they're like, oh, like I'm into trading, and they're like, oh, I trade futures. You know, they're like, I trade S&P, and I'm like, oh, that's a scam. It's like, I'm like, you're up against such big money. I was like, the likelihood that you could repeat that over a long period of time is like so thin. I was like, it's a scam.
Yeah.
I was like, and they're like, oh, well, how do you invest? How do you make money? And I'm just like, dude, I'm like, dollar cost average. I was like, that's it. I was like, whatever you buy, like, I'm like, form a thesis about things that you think are going to be good in the future. Buy them right now and don't change that thought for the next 10 to 20 years, no matter what. I was like, if you think it's a good idea and it's a good asset and it is a good asset, that asset is going to go up and down over the next 10 years. And there's going to be some bad days in it because, like any good asset, people want to shake out the early holders and they want to try to, you know, maintain that asset for the next like 20 years. So I'm like, all right, I'm like, never sell. I'm like, just store a bunch of money away. So like dollar cost average, buy a little bit each week, and then put a bunch of money away for a rainy day. I was like, you know, put away $10,000 in cash and just sit on it and just be ready to go. And one day the market's going to crash really badly. And then when it does crash, just be there ready to acquire. And I was like, keep doing that for the next couple of cycles. And I was like, you might be able to get 2 cycles there. And in 10 years, you're going to have a lot more money than you do now. And I was like, dude, that's it. Just dollar cost average. Don't think about it. Because I'm like, what would I tell my 20-year-old self? Like, dude, don't sell anything.
Yeah.
That's all I would have told my 20-year-old self is like, don't sell anything, bro. Like, you probably don't need the money right now, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you're probably spending on something stupid. But
yeah.
I'm like, dude, you could day trade, you know, and possibly make some money, but a majority of the time you're gonna gamble all your money away. Versus like if you just do the safe method, you know in 10 years you're gonna have something there more than what you had today.
Yeah.
And dude, the majority of kids who are gonna day trade aren't gonna have anything in 8 years, you know.
Absolutely.
But it's like all the kids want to be like one of these influencers, so you know. But damn, I learned my lesson way too late. Like, I'm 28. Like, I have some time.
Never too late.
Yeah. Like, I now know what to do for the future. But, like, a few mistakes. Like, selling out on my gold. Not good. Selling out on my gold to buy more Polkadot, too.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
That is probably brutal.
Yeah. This is again where I messed up. I literally thought, I was like, I looked at Polkadot and I was like, I think Polkadot will be around in 5 to 10 years. And I was like, I think they'll probably be worth more than they are today. And I was like, okay, parachain auctions. I was like, if you lock up your DOT, I'm going to get the same amount of DOT back in 2 years. I think DOT's going to be worth more money. And I was like, here are these parachain auctions. I get free tokens. I was like, I just need one of these 10 companies that I'm locking into to do well. And I'm going to make way more money than if I was just to hold it in gold, was my thought. Because I was like, okay, I'm going to get basically all this return on 2 years of just holding my money. And most likely I'm going to get my money back for like what it cost to put into it. That would be around. I didn't expect it to go down 90-something%.
Yeah. Oh. Fucking Polkadot.
Yeah. But you might hear me in 20 years be like, oh my God, Polkadot's back.
Oh man, if it ever does go off, I'll call you up.
It's going to be like a pain for me to find it because it's like I used that crappy like friggin' Polkadot JS wallet to go lock into all these things. And I have no clue where my tokens are locked. Like I don't.
Same actually. I even have a Polkadot JS wallet as well. Same thing. Like no, I didn't put much into it, but yeah, I have one that I just wouldn't know where how to access it, where it is.
no clue. Like,
Yeah.
dude, they never updated the Polkadot.js wallet either. Like, just such a scam.
Have you guys got your bot profitable yet?
We have a new thing that is, but I think it was having a little trouble buying at like this one point. So we just had to adjust it down to check like to the 100th, like every 100 milliseconds or something like that. It should be personal, like manually it is, but botting it was just having a little trouble. It would like miss one of the buys, and if it missed a buy, like it could mess you up huge.
Yeah.
But like I've been thinking about that strategy even more and like finding some more stuff to it. And like we found some really good data that kind of like help show that this strategy is legit. But I don't want to talk about it here because it's too good. No one's doing it yet.
Yep.
But it's all along the lines of the thing before, but a few more different cases when you would come in. Wait, even China's getting struck by missiles? I didn't know that. Yeah.
China's getting struck by missiles. By who?
They got hit by an Iranian missile.
What?
In Henan, China.
That is so weird. So I would have thought they would be the like.
I don't think that was on purpose. I thought they would chill.
Wow.
I don't get that. That can't be like legit. I'll send you this thing I saw. My friend texted me this a second ago. Yeah. Check that out. Yeti, I was on a 6x streak before I hit the pot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think that's
Cocaine
definitely
Bane killing it for volume again.
that's definitely a misrepresentation of title, though. I think that guy is from Henan, China, but I don't think it's in China. Like that has to be somewhere else.
Oh.
Like
That'd be so weird if they. But have you? There are like. They have been hitting a bunch of places.
yeah.
Even like breaking through like the aerial defense systems of Israel, which I like surprised at. But massively breaking through it.
Definitely. I haven't seen anyone in America who's like excited about it.
Hard to get excited about war.
Yeah, So people were excited about it enough, I guess, to bet on poly markets and call sheet. Supposedly people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true. I never looked into it, but supposedly there's $60 million of volume on one of the ones for call sheet. Like, will the supreme leader be out by? And everyone got refunded, I think, because the way the game resolved
Because
is
he didn't leave Iran, but he died.
yeah.
Yep.
And I guess that was its own thing, like to say like he died versus like if he left. So like, and I kind of was like suspicious about it because I remember hearing the news at first, and then I checked right away on poly markets and call sheet just to see like what people were betting on and like what was actually going on. And you could see people were like starting to pour into that, but it wasn't like already a 99% after hearing he was dead. It was at like 70. So I'm like, something's off here. Like that should be at 99. So like, I guess like some people who read the rules were like, okay, if he dies, like it doesn't count. And then other
Yep.
people are so excited to pour into it. It's terrible, you know. But yeah. Okay, Bitcoin. You might be going down for the day. I don't know how much momentum Bitcoin really has to keep this up. It's like not. This is where everything can backfire on Bitcoin, right? Like the time of war, uncertainty. You know, you should be like, okay, people should be pouring into stores, long-term stores of value. You know, like gold. Like technically, like as we've talked about Bitcoin the last 4 or 5 years, Bitcoin should be an asset that people are interested in right now. But like it seems to be the opposite. Seems to be like
Yep.
Bitcoin is just correlated with the rest of our markets. It's not a hedge against inflation. It seems like everyone's pouring out of it, and like you're getting the mainstream talking about, oh, like there is no intrinsic value to Bitcoin, you know? Like, oh, nothing's backing it, nothing's supporting it.
Yep.
I'm out of range.
Yeah, man, you should give this like cursor thing a go. It is crazy.
Yeah, I've seen the cursor. I heard that one was really good. Like a lot of like real programmers use it. It kind of goes beyond the this ChatGPT vibe coders.
Yeah, well, it's like the agentic AI kind of. It's like,
Yeah.
you set it a task and it goes off and does the task. And
Only 16 minutes, 1.32x, racking it up. These beat me with a 1.34x.
bang, did you say?
No, pasted.
Nice.
By like 0.1x. Come on. I could win 16 bucks. I had it all there for a sec. Uh-oh. Anyway. Oh, there we go. Another 1x. Oh, no, I'm gonna lose it. Had it strong there. Ericon went in $12. Nice job, Ericon. He's just racking it up. Oh my god.
What's that?
This is the Bitcoin news. Like, it just got updated like 16 minutes ago on TradingView. And like the biggest updates are from like the Dow Jones. Bitcoin could fall. The Middle East conflict escalates. No duh. Elliott Wave theory says Bitcoin price is headed to 40,000, but the end game will shock you.
All right. Sounds very highbrow kind of news. Not clickbaity at all.
Yeah. We're close to Bitcoin is dead. Hey Yeti, if you had the power to bring back one cryptocurrency, what would it be?
Like, probably just like one that I, like invested heavily and got rugged on. I don't know, which is countless. I can't think of one in particular that I would. Yeah, I don't know. What would yours be? Poke it off.
Yeah, maybe poke it up, but try to think about one. Probably this global insurance company that I invested in.
Oh yeah, the with the NFT collection that you were talking about, or
no, that's the trust.
That's a trust one. That's right. Yeah.
Which is really good because it's like, what do you do with your crypto when you die? But no, the insurance one was cool. It's just like that guy also built an insurance product afterwards, which would basically allow you to put money into like these insurance pools, like tax free, and like you could commit a certain amount to them like each year. But I think this global insurance one I really liked, where like a cool concept. It's like, okay, cool. Like if you're gonna create like policies and like have to bundle all these people, like if someone in, I don't know, California is never gonna really need like flood insurance because they like live on top of a mountain, but like someone in the East Coast is never really gonna need like fire insurance because they like live on a wet environment, or like someone in the jungle. And then it's like figuring out how to like assess risk now, like globally, and then package all these people and like underwrite them into these into these contracts. So I think like it's a good way to diversify risk, like having a global insurance company, because you could be like, okay, what's going to happen in one area like probably won't statistically happen in another. There's probably like an interesting way to like bundle up policies with like people around the world. But also I think it's cool, like you should own your insurance. Like if you get enough people together into one of these policies and everyone pays into the pool, and you know like you're only going to need a certain amount of money like every single year, technically like that pool should grow as time goes on. Like everyone in that pool should have the right to basically draw that pool one day, because you know like this pool is making all this money. It's not going to have to use that money. It's like you're basically just taking the profit of what an insurance company would make, and instead of distributing out to all the people at the top, you guys actually maintain that value. And then when you're like 60 years old, you could sell out of your insurance position, sell that to someone else, and you can make some money from it.
Yeah, cool.
Like that to me is really cool, because you don't need an insurance company at all. We could all be our own insurance company together.
I like it. The how do you judge that risk that that I'm heaps more risky than like that I live in the tropics, and so like you still have a company with underwriters and stuff. I'm assuming, yeah.
Yeah, like you need like that person, like what's it, like a actuary or something like that, like the person who like assesses like all of the risks. You still need someone to do that and like basically say, okay, like I've written policies in the past before, like I know if we bundle these people here and these people here, like so someone still needs to go behind the scenes and do that. And I think that guy deserves like a cut. He deserves like a fee, or like you maybe give him a small percentage of like the pool, and he kind of works as like a a director of like some type of foundation or something like that, where he just gets a small fee from it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think like once you got it right too, you would have to then, because the insurance doesn't always get it right, to where like there's a reason like reinsurance pools exist. It's funny, but like then there's reinsurance pools for reinsurance pools. So like there's like another 3 levels of insurance that like continues to back that up. So we would have to eventually create like a reinsurance company to insure ourselves too. So, like probably for the time being, it would be like these policies that are owned by us, but then there would probably still be an institution as like a reinsurer over it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, this is a good policy. And in the beginning, that's probably fine, because like in the beginning, you're probably like, all right, I'm getting validation that this policy is good enough that an existing institution is willing to come in and underwrite the reinsurance on it.
Yeah, true.
And then one day we'll figure that out too, but you can't just eat all of their lunch and starve them out right away.
Was that what that token did basically?
That one, I mean, the one that I want to bring back, yeah.
Yeah, right.
They did. And it was like, dude, I read it, like I invested in it in 2019. And I remember reading about this, like, freaking out, being like, oh my God, the world is going to change. Like, this to me was, it was crazy. I was like, wow, like all these people who don't have abilities to get insurance can now get insurance. This is a way to gather wealth for your family in the future. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
I guess you just like want to be like 100% sure that your insurance company is backing, like has the, like if something happens that you're going to get paid out by them.
Yeah, you need a reinsurer at some point, and then those guys have a reinsurer for the reinsurance. Ridiculous. I'm like, okay. So I guess like the more levels you have to it, like the less risk. So it's just like another tranche. Yeah, but I think as long as if it was underwritten and a reinsurer picked it up, then it's safe. Well, like it does go into the question, okay, how do you get that policy paid out, right? Because an insurance company works to pay you out the limited amount on your policy. Like an insurance agent is technically doing a good job in the eyes of an insurance company if they don't pay you out the full amount that they owe you.
Yep.
So anytime they could get away with paying you less, like those insurance agents
They will.
on like a vacation.
Yeah. It's like why that guy that assassinated the healthcare CEO was like, even though he like murdered someone in cold blood, was like worldwide celebrated in a way.
Yeah.
It was pretty bizarre.
Yeah. Because they're like, oh man, these guys are making so much money and they're denying so many cases.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I wonder then, it's like is that a dream then to have an insurance company that's all owned by each other? Because we technically have each other's best interest, but we're not going to be like, oh, Yeti should only get half the money, Like even
True.
out, like he only should get half the money, and it's like, okay, we don't want to be like those guys, but like, is that maybe the only way for an insurance company to work? Is like, does insurance, is it not actually like a fully sound product where you kind of have to cut some corners and some people aren't going to get really what they deserve for the rest of the whole to get what they deserve,
True.
But I don't know, like it's like if you eliminate the profit that they're making from that and you just roll it back up into the insurance, then you technically should have enough to cover it. So then maybe you can pay them out fully, and it's okay. And then it's like, okay, do we hire an adjuster internally for our own insurance company? But they also have the right to get a private adjuster. If they get a private adjuster, they're going to write up way more like losses versus like our public one.
What do you mean an adjuster? What's that?
So like basically like when you, after say like you have a house fire or a flood, someone needs to go through and basically account for everything that got damaged or is salvageable. So like you can hire like an insurance company will appoint an adjuster, and it's like a guy who just comes into the place, like he's like inventorying everything you have and then like looking up the prices for it. He's putting together a spreadsheet to say like, hey, this is everything you have, this is the damage that was done, this is how much everything costs, right? But again, like those guys, like the public one that you get from the insurance company is going to be like, oh, this is a regular. They're going to see a white towel, and they'll say, oh, like white towel, like Walmart, $2, right? Like they'll always just take like the cheapest thing that they could find to replace it, and they'll write it down. Versus like a private adjuster will be like, oh, this white towel is like Williams Sonoma white towel. It's $50 per towel, and we had 10 of them.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wonder if we have that same system here.
Probably. There's an Australian video I saw where it's like the guy was an Australian like dive instructor, and he brings out this group, and he's like, "Oh, what are you guys all here for?" And they're like, "Oh, we're all on vacation. Like we all work at an insurance company." And the guy like, and he throws like a bunch of like fish and stuff in the water by the sharks, and he's like, "Oh, have fun, guys."
Sweet. Well, should we get into the meeting?
Yeah.
Do you reckon Frank will be in there today?
Possibly. I know he's out and about right now.
Yep.
He was on the phone with Peyton too, so we'll see. But
cool. Well, hopefully.
All right, I'll see you then in just a moment.
All right. Cheers, man. See you in there.
Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Bye-bye.